Hey guys, it's me, 16 the Savage, or Caillou the Tangen Production 16, back again for an Angry Birds Cubie Craft video. Because I've made some new characters, I've updated some characters, and I don't know what else to say, so let's just start the video. Okay, here we have all my Cubie crafts, and we're gonna start with the original bird. And I think we should start off with what causes this entire freaking war between birds and pigs. You want to know what it caused? It's literally right behind me. The eggs. These things that may seem innocent at first have single-handedly caused this entire war. Ow. So yeah. So it's not about the birds, it's not the pig's fault. It's the egg's fault. God. I must be insane. If I literally even thought about that revelation, but whatever. Back to the video. Anyways, here we have all my Cubie crafts all lined up right here. And we're gonna check them out one by one. So here we have red. Now this is not the first red that I did for this series of Cubie crafts. This is the first red. It's a bit scrunched up, but the fact that I still have it is pretty impressive to me. So yeah. And the reason why I updated red in the first place was that I wanted to try something new. I wanted to try using pencil, I want to try using a red pencil for his main color and using the red marker for his spots. And I think it turned out pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to put this one back on the shelf. See, there it is. Safe and sound. Anyways, now we have the Jaybirds, or the Blues. Literally everyone in the Angry Birds fandom calls them the Blues, but I'm going to call them the Jaybirds. Because if you played Angry Birds Trilogy, there's this little character info thing. And it refers to the Blues as the Jaybirds, which is why I'm referring to them as Jaybirds in this video. So yeah, I made all three of them. And they're actually relatively the same size, and they all have different expressions, so I can keep track of them. Ironically, though, I haven't figured out who is who, like which expression to give which character, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I want to start a series. I'm gonna have to figure that out before I start that series, because it's gonna get confusing if I just change what character has what expression randomly. So anyways, moving on, we have Chuck. Look, now this is made by Cubie, 908 from DeviantArt. Well done, Cubie. Pretty good. I also tweaked the design to get us the first ever Chuck design. And boy, is it bad. I mean, for one, it's smaller. It literally is a yellow triangular red. They have the same eyebrows, the same tail feather design. Well, it's supposed to be the same tail feather design. And the same head feathers. And it's supposed to be the same size as the Blues, but it's a bit too tall. Then we have Bomb. Bomb doesn't have a tail because, he doesn't really need one because he's Bomb. That made no sense. I'm sorry if that made no sense. Yeah. I used a marker to color him. In fact, Bomb was a bit too big for the paper, which explains why this end piece here even exists. So yeah. That's bomb. Then we have Matt, aka Video Game Matilda. Ironically, I made this after I made the Toons Matilda. So yeah. So don't worry, I did make Matilda. She'll appear later on in the video. So there's Matt. Did a pretty good job on Matt. His tail. He's pretty easy because I don't really have to color him in. So then we have Beak. Which is basically what I like to call the video game Hal. I got the name Beak from Luigi Fan 0001. Kind of pioneered Angry Bird plush videos. So, yeah. Here's a tail. I didn't make it facing up because it would probably look weird. So, yeah, that's why it's facing to the left-hand side. Yeah, Beak is a bit 3D. Yeah, that's Beak. Now we have Hal, which is a Toons design, which most people use. Yeah, I think I did a pretty good job with him. I originally did another Hal, but this one was a bit more cubical, and it looked hideous. This one looks a bit more better. Looks way better. And bigger beak. Tail. And it looks overall better than the first design. I may put a picture up on screen. Then we have Terrence. Whoa, almost dropped the camera for a second there. So here's Terrence. It's a bit worse for wear, in fact. Here, Terrence has a hole. So yeah, if you want proof how bad I need tape, that's how bad I need tape. And I ran out of tape, ironically, an hour before I even started production of this video. Which is why I decided to make this, because I'm probably not going to get tape for a very long time. But when I do, I'm going to make an update video, so don't worry. Then we have Bubbles. I updated Bubbles' design. He's a bit more smaller. Nah, he's a bit more small now. But I think that makes him look more cute. And I used an index card for him to make him a bit more sturdy. Oh no, the camera's going down. No! There we go. Okay. Then we have Inflated Bubbles. Inflated Bubbles is unfortunately is not finished yet. I was refurbishing him, but I ran out of tape at the worst possible moment. I was redoing his head feathers, but the tape ran out. So yeah, until I get more tape, I'm afraid he'll be forever bald. Well, sort of. He still has hair, but it's not popping up like every other Cubie craft. I updated the face, though. Now, the face is the same size. It is way more accurate. Here, let me get a better angle to show off. See? Same size. Well, I tried making it the same size because the face was a bit bigger when I first drawn it. But now, it's a pretty reasonable size. Now it's going to get tricky because it's going to get a bit tricky. So I have to go up my bed and try and move the camera. Not really the most efficient production way, but whatever. I didn't really plan this out. We have Stella, based on the Blue Jay 5678 second version of Stella. Mine crumpled like his 2.0 Stella eventually did, but I did what he did to his Stella and stuffed it with paper. And she's way better for it. I like how she turned out. This is not my first Stella. I had to do Stella like 4 or 5 times because I wasn't proud of her. But now I'm finally have a Stella that I'm happy with. Now we have Ruby. He goes with red. Get it? Red, Ruby, Ruby, red. Yeah. Anyways, here's red. Ruby. Ruby is basically a female red. Yeah, she's literally pale. She has cheeks, eyelashes, and a yellow bow. So yeah. Whoops. Now we have Matilda. She wasn't that hard, just like Matt, because literally all I had to do was color her white. Because literally, I didn't even have to color her white. So yeah, unfortunately though, you see all the pencil things? Those are my, well, you see, I moved the cheeks down a bit, so I erased where the original cheeks were gonna be. But unfortunately though, there's still some lead. There's still some indents on where the pencil was. So yeah, I'm not too happy about that. Yeah. Then we have Poppy, and we're gonna get to the bird that's on top of Matilda later on in the video. So yeah. Then we have Poppy. I based her off like actual promotional art, which is why she looks. So if she looks accurate, that's why. Yep. Here's the back. I've actually shown the backs of all the Cubie crafts because I'm too lazy to show them. Anyways, and here's Luca. Once again, I used an index card to make him more sturdy, which is why he doesn't curl and bend. So if you're gonna use if you're planning on making a small Cubie craft, use an index card. Then we have Willow. I'm really proud of how Willow turned out. The only problem is that her pupils kind of bled a bit because of the marker I used. And Willow's is supposed to have white tipped head feathers and burgundy eyes. Blue Jade gave her blue eyes and didn't tip her and just made all these and got rid of the white tips on her head feathers. Oh, and her hat can come off. Yep. Revealing these head feathers. Whoops. I really rocked her all over the place. Yeah, sorry, Willow. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna try and put that hat back on. I'm gonna do this off camera. Sorry. Oh. Ah. I'm gonna take up a lot of storage on my tablet from this video. Anyways, then we have Dahlia. Silver out the way so we can show off Dahlia. Here's Dahlia. Brown spots. Yeah, pretty proud of how she turned out. Then we have Silver. I updated. This is my third Silver. Now I was able to. Yes, I actually counted. I was able to actually find out a definitive number as to how many times I did Silver. This is my third attempt at Silver. And honestly, it went different on her. Honestly, I changed it up a bit. Changed up the shaping. I actually used a silver marker for her. A silver Sharpie. Bit smudged on the tail area, but otherwise not too bad. Pretty proud of how she turned out. The same can't be said for Gale, though. That's nice, Gale. Because her tail feathers, look how closely wrapped they are. They're too short. Yeah, her head feathers bending. And her beak is too big, making her look extremely weird. So yeah, I'm gonna update Gale because she looks a bit too happy. Which is ironic because this is supposed to convey that Gale's nice. Now here's evil Gale, and I like this more than the nice one because her beak is smaller. For one, her beak is smaller. Hang on, let me zoom out. But her beak is smaller. She's more elegant looking. Her tail feathers don't nearly curl as much. She has a crown. I gave her a crown and her little cape thing look really good on her. I love him. The only problem is that the orange marker kind of bled a bit onto the top of her little tail feathers, but it's okay. Now for the bird. Now we're gonna discuss the bird that's on top of Matilda. This is Chip. You probably never heard of Chip because he was only in like one promotional picture for Angry Birds Easter eggs. And that's it. One image. That's it. Like maybe two. But that's it. Which is kind of disappointing because I don't know what Chip's power would be. So, wasted opportunity. Why would you make a character for one image only? Yeah. Chip is the most useless named character in all of Angry Birds history. Changed my mind. He literally has no personality whatsoever. Which is our... Then we have Peep, Check, and Quack. Now, if you don't know who these three characters are, well, I watched PBS as a little kid, and the show that these characters are from, Peep in the Big Wild World, I really liked, so I decided to make these guys Angry Bird characters, which means that they don't have any legs. Sharp still has his wings, though, which is weird, because Peep and Quack don't have wings, and these are all supposed to be birds. I don't get that, but whatever. Yeah. I did a pretty good job on them. Now we move on to the pigs. I made like 15 Minion pigs. We have Minion pig number 1, normal. Minion pig number 2, stupid. Minion pig number 3, silly. Minion pig number 4, laughing / smiling. Minion pig number 5, laughing / smiling and with muddiness. Minion pig number 6, damp, injured. Minion pig number 7, more injured. Minion pig number 8, bored. Minion pig number... Hang on, I've lost count. Minion pig number 9, yes. Minion pig number 9, puzzled. Minion pig number 10, uh-oh. Is it number 10? Yeah, it's number 10. Minion pig number 11, cringing. Minion pig number 12, angry. Minion pig number 13, scared. And Minion pig number 14, young pig. I've actually just realized there are actually 14 Minion pigs. I thought I had 15 Minion pigs. Yeah. 3, 10, 15. Oh. Come on. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, 14. I thought I had 15 of them. Well, 15 if you count. Well, actually, technically that's 15 if you count Prince Porky. If you really want to. But whatever. Then we have Indiana Pork's pig, El Porcador. He's not really talked about that much anymore, but oh well. And yes, I will make Wigman and Cy Porcador when I get the paper. I mean, not the paper, when I get the tape. When I get more tape. There's a little hair on it. Then we have 2 helmet pigs. This one is based on the video game design. I made this one completely from scratch. The only problem I have with him is that the expression I gave him. For some reason, I gave him a laughing expression. I'm going to change that. But I'm going to change that. Yeah. Little chin strap attachments. And right. And to the left on his helmet, his little buckle thing. Then we have Corporal Pig, based on the Sugar Bee 908 design. Wait, is it 908 or 809? Get into focus, camera! Oh, yeah, it's 908. Sorry, Sugar Bee 908. But I modified the design so Corporal Pig's helmet can come off. Did a pretty good job on that. Then we have Professor Pig. Another printed one. The Professor Pig is not in the best of condition. He's literally slanted. And I might remake him. And I may have to remake him someday. Then we have Chef Pig, another Sugar Bee 908 design that I modified. I changed the way the chef hat comes onto his head. And I think he looks better. And yep, and I really like and I also changed the side the spots are on to make it look accurate to his actual render using Angry Birds Tunes. Then you have Foreman Pig, based on it's in the style of his video game design, but it has the blind eye. I don't know why the eye is blue. I think it's supposed to signify that the eye is blind, that he has a blind eye. I don't know, and the spots of his Tunes design. So yeah, then we have King Leonard Mudbeard. Originally, he had this pop-up crown, but that looked too dinky, so I gave him a bigger crown, which really elevates him. Then we have a young King Smooch Cheeks. Well, actually not King, Prince Smooch Cheeks. I based it off Adult Smooch Cheek, which is, once again, Sugar Bee 908's Cubie Craft printable thing. And it's version 2, with the off-center eyes and the happy expression, which kind of looks like he's laughing, which is in character for King Pig. I based it off. I tried to give them the same face. It didn't really turn out good, but at least I tried. Then we have Prince Porky. So if you count Prince Porky, we have 15 Minion Pigs. I knew I had 15 Minion Pigs. 15 Minion Pigs, not 15 Minion Pigs. Do we have Handsome Pig? I'm gonna have to refurbish him because he doesn't look that good anymore. I'm probably gonna make his. Now, what I tried to do is make his wig come off and make it 3D and come off, which it does. But the wig won't stay on. It keeps falling off, so I'm gonna have to make it permanent. And besides, it doesn't really look that good anyway, so I'm gonna redo and make it look permanent. Then we have the pig. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, we're starting off the pigs exclusive to Angry Birds Stella. So then we have is it the exploding pig? Well, puffed up pig, I'm gonna call him. We have Edenkar Pig, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. Then we have Ninja Pig. Then we have Zombie Pigs. 2 Zombie Pigs. Stage 1 and Stage 2. These are the pigs that Edenkar makes when you pop pigs. You have to pop them again, but as zombie pigs. Then we have Propeller Pig. And in case you're wondering, yes, his hat can come off. So I can do a little animation with it. Ugh. Okay. This is... Hey, this is fun. Whoa! Ow. So, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So, yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that again. So, yeah. Then we have Jetpack Pig, Space Helmet Pig, Muscle Pig, and then Trainer Pig, who has a little Gale tattoo. Looks like Handsome Pig has a bit of some competition. Better get that tape soon so I can refurbish him. Otherwise, Gail's gonna commit adultery. Ugh. Well, I probably got my video demonetized really quickly, but whatever. Then we have Mechanic Pig from Angry Birds Go. I do plan on making the go-karts, but I don't think I'll be able to make them because the paper I use kind of sucks. So yeah. Then we have Angry Birds Space Cubie Crafts. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anyone else on YouTube has done Angry Birds Space Cubie Crafts. correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe if you do have Angry Birds Space Cubie Crafts, please make a video where you show them off to prove me wrong. So yeah, but until that happens, I'm the one who's made Angry Birds Space Cubie Crafts. Well, at least the most Angry Birds Space Cubie Crafts, because Marco Predin has actually made an ice bird Cubie Craft, but he hasn't made all the other birds in Space Farm. So yeah, that's why I'm going to consider myself the only one who's made Angry Birds Space Cubie Crafts. But whatever. So first off, we have Angry Birds Space Red. Now this is not the first Angry Birds Space Red that I did, because this is actually the second one. This is the old one. As you can see, I updated it to use pencil instead of crayon. Also, the mask looks better on the second one, and even the hair is a bit better. I still kept the spiky tail feathers from the old one, because I think it fits in a bit, because I think it goes with the spiky hair. That's something they should have done when they actually was redesigning the characters for their new space-themed environments. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And also, the same thing applies to the Lightning Jaybirds. Originally, these were all made using the Sugar Bee 908 designs. Into the blues tweaked a bit. This camera keeps falling down, so whatever. These were all originally made with the Sugar Bee 908 designs of the blues tweaked a bit, but they were too tall and too big, so I made new versions of the blues. And these all had the same expressions. There was a normal one, a cheering one, and a really happy one. And if you're wondering why they're scrunched, it's because I like to scrunch them, the old ones. Like that. I know I'm kind of committing Cubie Craft abuse cruelty, but I don't really care. But I don't really care, because I got, as long as I have newer and better ones. So anyways, these ones look way better. One thing, and they don't have tails because the actual space renders don't have tails. And actually, I have to tape this one. Okay, when I get more tape, I'm gonna tape that one. So then we have Space Bomb. It looks pretty good. I gave him a 3D cape, and once again, it's the Sugar Bee 908 design, tweaked a bit. Then we have Chuck, who is the same story as Bomb. I really like the capes I gave them. I think that's a pretty interesting idea. Then we have Icebird. Michael Predin has also done an Icebird Cubie Craft, but I don't really like the design he went for. For wrong, he has the wrong amount of tail feathers. He has 3 tail feathers, though Icebird is supposed to have 2. And I don't like the expression he gave him. He made Icebird look too happy. I made Icebird look a bit more stern here, and I think he looks way more accurate. He's cross-eyed though, but oh well, he's more accurate. Then we have Bubbles. Now this is the old Bubbles that I used. Now this is the old Bubbles that I made. I repurposed it. I added a new front, added a smaller front. I made like a little belly plate thing to go over his stomach to add like a little cape. I added the 3D cape thing like I did with Chuck and Bomb. I taped down the old head feathers. I didn't actually cut them off, and then I added the new antenna piece that Bubbles has when he goes into space. So yeah. And now for this last cube, and I will do Terrence. I just have to when I get more tape because I've ran out of tape as of the recording of this video. Now, if you're wondering what the gap is, it's because, well, if you know your Angry Birds history when it comes to like April Fool's jokes, like Angry Birds, the Cocoa Bird plush, you know, well, Sorry, I have to get the camera in focus, but whatever. If you know, like, Angry Birds April Fool's jokes, you should be familiar with Skunk Bird. Yep, I made a Skunk Bird Cubie craft. Yep, I made a Skunk Bird Cubie craft. And basically, when Skunk Bird's art was, like, posted on the Angry Birds social media pages, they found out the name of the character. They're simply by the name of the picture, of the Google Plus picture, skunkbird_.png. As I don't think that was actually the title, but bear with me. So anyways, later on in the day, Rovio revealed that it was actually an April Fool's joke. Skunkbird wasn't actually going to get in the game. And, which is kind of, it was kind of obvious, because they said to unlock Skunkbird, you would have to pop 22 pigs on the main menu, which is kind of a bit satire to me, but I don't know, you may think a bit different to me. And in case you haven't noticed by the design of the head feathers, the colors of the eyes, and the fact that Skunkbird even has eyelashes, Skunkbird is Stella. Yes, I made Stella Skunkbird when she goes into space. Yep. I originally was gonna add, like, green to, like, the tips of the head feathers, but I kind of changed my mind on that, so there's a bit of green tint on the head feathers, if you look really closely, but oh well. And they're double-sided, and originally I wanted to make them in the same position as my regular Stella, but I think I actually like them in this position. Because I don't know, I just like it a bit better for some reason. And here's the tail. It's just a skunk tail. Nothing to write home about. Detailed on both sides. Yep, that's Stella. So yeah, so never mind being the first person to make Angry Birds Space Cubie crafts. I'm like the only person to make a Skunkbird Cubie craft. Yep. Now, this is the only pig that I've made for, like, Angry Birds Space. I'm not counting, like, Space Pig from Angry Birds Stella, because there was never space segments in Angry Birds Stella in the first place. So, yeah. Ugh. Darn it, gotta rearrange everything. Anyways, the pig. Anyways, here we have the Jolly Pig from Angry Birds Space. It was the only pig that I did, and he's sturdy because I used a shoebox for him, and I covered it up with paper. And I think not only is it a good size, but it's also pretty sturdy, and it can also double as the Angry Birds Stella Jolly Pig. So yeah, I'm gonna use this in my Angry Birds Stella videos and my Angry Birds Space videos. So stay tuned to that. And quite fittingly, now that we've talked about Angry Birds Space, let's talk about the other space-centered Angry Birds game. Angry Birds Star Wars. Sadly, Angry Birds Star Wars got removed at the App Store due to licensing info. Now, I think that's actually not a fair reason as to why the game got pulled from the App Store. You can still download it via the game's law emulating. So yeah, if you want to play Angry Birds Space 1 and Angry Birds Star Wars 1 and Angry Birds Star Wars 2, use the game's law emulator. Though it's only available for like PC. So yeah. Anyways, here's Luke Skywalker. Here's Red as Luke Skywalker. Bomb is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Chuck is Han Solo. Matilda is C-3PO. And this is Matilda because C-3PO only has 2 tails, and C-3PO's tails and his head feathers are tipped similar to Matilda's. So this is Matilda. We have R2-D2. We have an egg as R2-D2. Terrence as Chewbacca / Chewie. One of the blues is Reg, and I tweaked the Sugar Bee 908 design to make Reg. And this time he's actually in scale, and I like this one better than the Angry Birds Space one that I did. Then we have Princess Leia Bird. Then we have Stella as Princess Leia. Then we have a Stormtrooper Pig. Yep. Now these are all printed. Now, do you note that these are all printed? So if I'm gonna I'm planning to do Yoda Bird. So if I'm gonna do Yoda Bird, which I am gonna do, I do plan on making Yoda Bird. So yeah, if I'm gonna make Yoda Bird, I'm gonna make him from scratch. I'm not gonna print him out because there's actually no printable Yoda Bird Cubie Crafts. So yeah, at least I couldn't find any. I was originally planning on tweaking a Yoda head to look like an Angry Bird, but it was too hard. But I just gave up. So yeah. Then we have Angry Birds. Then we have the eagles from Angry Birds 2, the movie. I did a blue one and a purple one. These are off the Reloaded design, which is why. These are from the Reloaded designs, which is why they don't have any limbs. So yeah. Then we have Angry Birds Epic Things. We have Red's Night Gear. Let me get Red. Now the helmet's a bit tight, and the front piece is coming off, so I'm gonna have to retape that. But hey, at least he has his weapons. Aha! But he can't use his shield because this piece of paper is too short. Because the paper holding it onto his helmet is too short. So then we have Chuck. Then we have whoops. Give me a second. Then we can get it on. Then we have Chuck's wizard outfit. And Chuck's wand is floating in midair, so yeah. He's gonna have to get a new wand to catch the magic spell in his old wand so he can stop it from floating. Well, actually, now that I think about it, all weapons that the Angry Birds are holding are floating because they have no hands. Which I think is the only logical way that they can hold things. So, yeah. At least they can actually do things with them. At least they can actually interact with things from the human world. Unlike, and make it look believable, unlike, I don't know, Pixar's Cars 2 film. They kind of messed up with the rules of that movie. So yeah. Then we have then to end off not really end off this video because I have more Cubie Crafts, but here's a regular level 1 pig. He's pretty easy to beat. Always on with a stick. He literally takes 2 hits. He's dead. So yeah. And I do plan on making Bomb's pirate outfit, Matilda's healer outfit, and the Blues trickster outfit. And I also am going to make Troll Pig out of that little crock box over there. So I don't have to cover the entire shoe box with paper. Because the crock box is already lime. So now we're going to do user Cubie Crafts. Start off with me, which is kind of appropriate. I am purple. I have a white stomach, which is outlined with red, pink, or magenta eyebrows. 5 head feathers. I have purple feathers. My tail feathers are literally like gales. So this side has purple and underneath it's white outlined with red. So yeah, that's me. Then we have blue. Okay. Then we have Blue Jay 5678. I think I got it to a T. Except for the tail feathers. I might change them because they're supposed to be like Stella's tail feathers, but oh well. Then we have Galax. Now, if you're wondering why Galax looks so ridiculous and monster-like, it's because I actually plan on making more Galax Cubie crafts. Because if you're wondering why I'm gonna make multiple Galax Cubie crafts, it's because I have a little plan. I haven't actually shared make Angry Birds headcanon in AU on DeviantArt yet, but when I do, oh boy, I have a lot of stuff to unravel. And then we have Omnom. I originally did this little box, but I lost it. I don't know where it is, but at least I still have Omnom. I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Birdies based on that picture by BlueJay5678 on DeviantArt. We have Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo, and Michelangelo. Raphael and Leonardo are missing their weapons, but luckily Leonardo and Michelangelo all have their weapons. They can all fit niftily on their belts. Oh, and if you're wondering what this little hairpiece thing is, it was originally meant to go on the inflated bubbles, but I ran out of tape. But like I said, I ran out of tape, so I'm gonna keep it here until I get more tape. And that is basically all my Angry Birds Cubie crafts. So yeah, I do plan on making other characters like Mighty Eagles, like Space Mighty Eagle, Space Terrence, more Angry Birds epic characters, more Angry Birds Star Wars characters. I'm gonna finish up refurbishing the inflated bubbles. Speaking of inflated bubbles, I might make inflated space bubbles. I might make like a little costume that the regular inflated bubbles sits into. I'm gonna redo a nice scale. Maybe do El Porcador someday. I'm gonna make Wigman and Cyporcador. May make more pigs based on the various episodes of Angry Birds. The original game, by the way. Yeah, that's it. So, hope you enjoyed this video of my updated Angry Birds Cubie Craft collection. I'll see you in the next video where I'll show off new Cubie crafts. Well, hopefully, if I get more tape. So, anyways, goodbye!